Welcome, Leo, to your reading. What's coming in love over the next 30 days. Leo, please remember that everything that we speak about is just possibilities. And if something doesn't resonate as true or doesn't feel right, it just means that it's not your reading at this time. And please take a look at your moon, rising, and Venus signs because there could be more relevant messages there for you. Right, Leo. What I can see is that there has been a very quiet period in terms of love over the last few months. And the things that you have really been focusing on and concentrating on is basically your work, career, establishing yourself, some kind of stability, making sure that you have all your bases covered so that you that you can your biggest consideration was like building some kind of a foundation, establishing something solid in terms of your security. I feel that in the past there was a relationship you probably walked away from. It was just not serving you in some way. It left you feeling a little bit empty, a little bit disappointed, and you made the decision that this is not what you want out of life. This is not going to fill you up. It's not going to make you happy. And you consciously decided to end this relationship and move away. And by doing that, Leo, what I can see is that we've got two victory cards here, which is quite amazing. We've got the Ace of Swords, which is the hand of God holding the Ace of Swords, which is saying that by your determination, your focus, your clarity of getting what you want, of being clear about who you want and how you want it, you are going to get there. This is the true Leo energy and spirit. It's about going after something and not giving up. You are not going to give up until you get what you want. And I do see victory here for you, which is wonderful. That means you're going to get what you want in terms of this dream relationship. Let's have a look now and see what the romance angel cards have to tell you about the next 30 days. Right, Leo, the first card we get is keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay, so this is it's like a lovely hint that the romance angels are giving you. Because, we all have a very set image of who we'd like to end up with, what they should look like, the color of their eyes, their hair, what work they'll do, where they'll live. And sometimes it comes in a completely different package. So when I get this card, it's just, for me, it's like a little hint and a reminder from the romance angels, keep an open mind, because you're going to get exactly what you want. You are going to get it. But it might not necessarily come in the package you are anticipating. So keep an open mind there. Right, then we've got religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So when we get this card, it could be two things. There could be religious and spiritual. If your religion is very, very important to you, obviously that is going to influence your choice in partner. If your spirituality is very important to you, for example, if somebody really believes in like reincarnation and, tarot and psychics and this kind of thing, and you meet somebody who really doesn't believe in this, sometimes it can work. But I think if there's too much of a divide, it could cause a factor. And I think for you, whatever it is that's important, it would probably be in your best interest to find a like-minded person, be it in religion or be it in spirituality. And then the third card we get from our romance angels is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one step further, Leo, and say if there is any disharmony in your family whatsoever, and it's niggling at you and it's worrying you, I think it would be highly beneficial to forgive. As long as it's in your best interest. When I say that, it's like sometimes, there are certain people, even in our families, that are just not good for us. But we can still forgive them and love them, wish them the best, and you don't have to have them coming into your life and disrupting it. But the issue of forgiving and loving and letting go is so healthy for you, because when you think of them, you only think of them in terms of love and wishing them well. But at the same time, you don't need to jeopardize yourself or your loved ones. I hope that makes sense for you. If it's, of course, just like a disagreement with somebody you really, really love, of course, then, just forgive them and see if you can just incorporate them back in your life, because, you can't replace family. But we do have to acknowledge that sometimes, we don't choose our family, and sometimes there's family members who are not so healthy for us. And if we recognize that and identify that, we can still love them, forgive them, and send them only with love on their journey while continuing your journey. This is something you will know. For everybody, it will be different. The next thing I would like to do is just to bring in the oracle cards, ask your guides, to see what messages your guides have for you at this time. So the first thing we get is grace. This is a beautiful card. Grace, which comes from the Holy Spirit. Now, I think grace really, really relates to both the religious factors and healing the family issues. Because when you incorporate grace in your life, you're going to do what's right for you, and you're going to do what's right for those you love. So religious factors, and spiritual factors, you're going to do what's right for you. It's like I think you will only attract and bring in people with similar values and similar beliefs. This is when you are in a state of grace. When you're in a state of grace, you're able to forgive your family members and either incorporate them back with love into your life, or set them free to walk their journey, maybe on a parallel path to you. This is what happens when we incorporate grace in our lives. The next message I get from your guides is purpose. That is really wonderful, and it also really relates to our Ace of Swords. This is very much to be on purpose here, to operate in grace, but to be very focused and keep in mind what you want, who you want, and how you want it. Because it's with this clarity and with this determination, you are going to bring in the soulmate. Even if it's not in the package you expect, you're going to bring this person in because you're on purpose. And when you're on purpose, it's like everything is focused in the right direction. Right, Leo, the next oracle cards that I'd like to bring in for you are the Animal Spirit oracle cards. And this is just the energy that I'd like you to work with over the next 30 days that will help you manifest and bring about this victory and this success in your love life. So the first oracle card we get is the Sandpiper Spirit, which is Be Playful. So with all this going on, and you've got quite, this religious factors and healing the family issues, there is room for being playful. Don't forget, and if that means just, finding those friends that you really have a good time with, and having a little gathering where you can, and having a good laugh, and just, drink a glass of wine together, find the time amongst this to be playful. There is always time to be playful, and I have to tell you, it's very important to be playful. We deal with so many issues at this stage of our lives. Everyone's going through so much that we forget just to just tap into that inner child and have a good time. And that is your message here. And the next energy I'd like you to work with, Leo, is the Canary Spirit, which is sing your own song. I love this card because it's about being true to yourself, about stating your truth, about not being small or shy for anybody. It's about being in grace, saying what you have to say, but it's true to you. It's acknowledging what your inner voice is, and that inner voice becomes your outer voice and your truth. It's a really, really beautiful message, dear Leo. So that is all I have for you. I wish you all the very best. Please take care.